Hey everybody, this is John B. I'm a member of BearbullTraders.com doing a video recap, and I had 5 or 6 hours to kill, so I thought I'd make a PowerPoint presentation of my trades on February 21st. So I traded Dropbox. It was gapping up with news and earnings. So this 1 minute candle closed above the early pre-market resistance level, as you can see. So that bodes well for potential rise in this stock. So we're heading into the open here, and I've got the open candlesticks blocked for now, and I'll reveal them one at a time. The last 1 minute candle before open also closed above this resistance level. So like I said, I'm feeling pretty confident that this stock is going to rise at the open, but of course you never know. All right, so let's see what happens here. This first candle opens up, and sure enough, it opened pretty strongly. As you can see, it didn't even go below my the top of my first channel there. So I got in pretty quickly at 3 seconds into the open. I got in at 22.25 for 3,000 shares. And what I'm going to be focusing on in all of these videos is mistakes, because the mistakes that you make, and you will make many of them, are what prevent you from becoming consistent. And there's reasons, there's certain mistakes you make, and there's reasons why you make those mistakes. And so those are the things you have to focus on in order to get better and become a more consistent day trader. So there's a mistake coming up here, but before we do that, let's talk about my stop. So my stop was at the VWAP, or at that resistance level there, that top resistance level. It's not the most amazing risk to reward. In fact, it's only 1-to-1 if you're looking at this one level that's here. However, there is a price level that I forgot to put on my chart before I did this recap, but I was looking at it, which was a 23.76 daily resistance level from before. So if you're taking that into consideration, we've got 4-to-1 risk to reward. So that's pretty dang good. So let's see what I did here. So I made a partial exit at a 46-cent gain. And the problem is I took too large of a partial. I took 50%. I basically panicked. I should have taken a smaller partial, but I took a large one. I took half of my position. So that's a problem. You want to partial out slightly. Look at all this room I had from that point to this potential resistance level. Quite a bit of room. And so then guess what? More panic comes, and it comes in the form of a full exit. I panicked and I just got out. I just hit the close exit button. And, not a bad gain. 61 cents is pretty good, but it's just nowhere near what I was capable of doing, because these levels are magic. You'll hear people say that in the chat room all the time. Andrew talks about it all the time. These levels are magic, guys. And so you can see what happened. This thing went up. Look where it hit, right at that level, almost exactly at that level, then bounced right off of it. Why? That's why. So look at this room. Look at this room I had from my full exit to where that potential resistance level was. 80 cents. I could have doubled my profit. Now, we're not always trying to be focused on your profit per se, the dollar amount, because that distracts you from your skills as a trader and the way you should be trading. If you're thinking about the money, there's some part of your bandwidth, some part of your processing unit up in your head that is not focusing on your rules and your strategy. But let's point out that had I not made this mistake of panicking, I would have doubled my profit. All right? So don't panic. Literally take a deep breath when you're in the middle of a trade. Take a deep breath and calmly partial out. 10 to 25% with each exit is what most people do. I think most of the moderators at Bear Bull use 10%. I'm not really sure, but I think a good number of them do. I use 25%. Perhaps down the road I'll change to more like 15 or 10%. We'll see. But you can see that I I did pretty well for the day. However, could have doubled it. Take a deep breath, calmly partial out. And Bearable Traders is awesome. That's all I want to say. Thanks, guys.